3 common SAP solution design mistakes. Hi everyone, my name is Milos, SAP Logistics Solution Architect for Cortrust, and today I'm in Poland. I'm here in Wrocław, in Radisson Blu, having some visits, seeing some plants, and just as the day's finishing, I just finished dinner, I want to share with you the 3 common SAP solution design mistakes that I've seen happening on a regular basis, and also what to do if you realize that something like that is happening while you are involved in an SAP solution design. So one of the very common mistakes is, of course, the business, the customer, the business will have a requirement, right? And they will have to have your help. They will want you to help them design a solution, provide a solution using SAP in order to cover their requirements, solve their problem. What often happens is that the business, instead of telling you their requirement, will immediately go straight forward and say, hey, I need this solution. So what happens is that the business for sure knows very well what's their situation, what's their challenge, what's the problem they have. And more often than not, instead of coming with the problem, with the requirement, they will immediately shortcut to the solution they believe will solve their problem. This is not done by mistake or with ill intention. Rather, it's something normal, natural. They're just searching for a solution, and of course, when they're talking to you, they're immediately talking about the solution. The common mistake here is that for the SAP professional to just say, oh, okay, sure, I can implement that, and to move forward with the solution proposed directly by the business, by the customer. As an SAP expert, your job, your role, your duty is to provide the SAP expertise to the business. So whenever a business person immediately goes to a solution, unless they are both business expert and SAP expert, your first question should be, oh great, I understand the solution you're proposing. What's actually the requirement? What's the actual context of the process you're running? How does it really work? What's really your problem? What's your need? And then based on that, you as an SAP expert need to think, what's the SAP potential solution that can solve this problem? Because more often than not, the business person, with all the good intentions of immediately going to the solution, will probably not be able to see the best solution on hand. And you might end up designing something, spending time and money on something that is not really the best possible solution. So watch out for this. That's something that happens more often than you might think. Another typical thing that happens is when you're going through requirements and you're designing an SAP solution, is that the business, of course, knows what they know. They know how they run their current business processes and how they run their current business, and they know their current system. So more often than not, once again, it will happen that the business will ask you to recreate exactly what they have in their current system in the new system, SAP, if you're implementing SAP. So in this case, it's really good to do 3 steps back and to talk about the business process rather than talking about what is their current system and how their current existing system works. You definitely don't want to recreate exactly what they currently have in their old system, because for sure you'll take some good things, but you'll take some bad things as well. Implementing an SAP solution gives the opportunity to review the business process, to understand how SAP works, and to bring the SAP best practices into the business process. So once again, don't start from the old solution that you already have. Always think about the business process you need to cover, and then think about how the SAP solution can cover that process and design based on that, not based on how some old software works, because probably the old software is not up to date and there's a better way to run that process, and adopting the latest, more modern processes supported by SAP is probably a better solution. Okay, last but not least, what often happens is that during the design, the business of course has a requirement, the SAP technical person, the expert, has an idea how to solve it, but what often happens is that the IT person, the SAP expert, might be looking only into one part of IT. We know that most of SAP experts are focused on one specific module. So if you're an SAP EWM consultant, you'll be focusing on the solution from EWM point of view. If you're an SAP MM consultant, you'll be focusing on MM material management point of view. Or if you're an SAP SD, sales and distribution consultant, you'll focus on that area of SAP. So a very common mistake is that the solution is designed, it kind of works, but only one of the modules, and there's no end-to-end visibility. And when you try run the whole process from the very beginning till the very end, you see that the connections of the solution with the start and the finish with the other module across the end-to-end is not working, so that the solution design is partial and it's not covering the end-to-end. So you must make sure that the SAP expert who's with you, who's supporting you in the design, owns the overall end-to-end solution from a business perspective, so process end-to-end perspective, and from a solution perspective. All right, so always design covering the entire end-to-end. All right, I hope you found these tips useful, and I'll see you very soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Actually, I'm always curious to hear your feedback. Did you encounter any of these three challenges? So one, the fact that the business wanted the old system exactly replicated in SAP. Two, that the business actually told you what they want as a solution instead of telling you what's the business requirement. And three, that you designed a solution or someone designed a solution, but they missed some points and they created gaps because they didn't have the end-to-end in mind. Let me know if that's the case for you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone. Have a great evening. Ciao.